Although she has received investment from Han Ting's Dongyang Group, the problem of finding a 3D printer for Xing's ongoing medical equipment project has not been resolved. While struggling to find a way, she came up with the idea of using Dongyang Group's name to buy the printer. Because a small company like Xing's Xingchen would have to wait in line for a long time to buy it, Xing couldn't just use Dongyang's name to order, so she inquired at Han Ting's assistant's place. Unexpectedly, the assistant told Han Ting in the blink of an eye that Xing's intention was clear. Han Ting called Xing to the office to discuss the matter. Attitude calmly said to Xing, "There is a shortcut. Why don't you take it? Why do you want to overcome the difficulties yourself?" Xing was both happy and doubtful. "Is that okay?" The joy lasted less than 3 seconds before Han Tin immediately poured a bucket of cold water on her, another 5% of shares. Xing left in disappointment. "Then I'd rather think of a way myself." Then Xing connected with Beidi Company to negotiate cooperation. Li quickly introduced that Xing was a university friend of the CEO Han of Dongyang Group. CEO Han valued her very much. Taking Han Ting's name out, the partner's attitude was indeed very enthusiastic, and the cooperation was also very smooth. Ting's university friend, the other party wanted her to help connect and cooperate with Dongyang Group. Han Ting in the next room heard the whole thing. A moment later, Xing went out and found Ha Ting sitting in the room next to hers. She immediately avoided him, but it seemed like Han Ting had misunderstood. Han Ting thought that Xing was using her relationship to exchange benefits, and was very satisfied with her behavior. Then Xing unexpectedly met Han Ting outside, and it turned out that he had intentionally waited for Xing to question her. Xing knew that what had just happened could easily make others misunderstand her as someone who was taking advantage of others and clinging to relationships with others, but Xing really didn't do it on purpose. Han Ting's attitude was not very gentle as she questioned, "How does it feel to use my name to scam?" It turned out that while they were negotiating the business, after Li told her partner, Xing and Han Ting were university friends and had a very good relationship. Li's somewhat exaggerated way of speaking made the partner think that the relationship between Han Ting and Xing was not simple. In Han Ting's eyes, Xing was a strong, pure, and proud girl who rose up through her own strength. But what had just happened made him feel disappointed. Xing explained that she had only told them that she and he were classmates. She had not lied, it was they who had misunderstood. Han Ting did not believe it. He thought that Xing was deliberately being ambiguous to make them misunderstand. Xing was very upset when Han Ting questioned her. She felt offended but had no way to prove her innocence. Han Ting, in addition to being disappointed, also felt that his hidden feelings were being trampled on, so he deliberately teased Xing. He pressed Xing against the wall, mockingly saying, "What kind of relationship do they think we have? An improper relationship, right?" The more Han Ting talked, the closer he got to Xing. Speaking of this, let's just be honest. Xing felt more and more aggrieved as he listened, and he knew he was wrong. When Han Ting saw Xing crying, he began to feel heartache and stopped teasing her. After returning, Han Ting was taught a lesson by his best friend. The girl he liked suddenly said that he and she were a couple. Wasn't that a good thing? What was there to blame Han Ting for being upset about? However, Han Ting is a serious person. He doesn't need this kind of selfish love, so he's upset. However, Han Ting's feelings for Xing haven't changed. After Han Ting's grandfather found out about his investment in Xing's company, he expressed his concern. He wasn't optimistic about Xing, thinking that Han Ting was too careless. He also directly asked if Han Ting was investing mentally, because there was really an ambiguous relationship between the two. Han Ting didn't hide it and directly admitted that he liked Xing. He believed that Xing was not like other girls. After that, Xing took the initiative to text Han Ting to apologize for using his name to negotiate business, which led to misunderstandings. The relationship between the two was smoothed out again.